Hey everyone, good afternoon. How you guys doing? Right. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon for a quick discussion on the Ox for 2021. So I've recently posted a video on the forecast for the Ox, and it's available on YouTube in case you have missed that. You can search for that video. You search for my name, and you will be able to see the videos for all the 12 element signs on that page, and you can watch that, and then we can talk about the forecast here. Okay, so I've been receiving a lot of questions for those who have Ox in their chart. So let me just answer a few that I've already have on hand, and then I'll pick some questions from you guys right here. So let me just make it very clear that this video, it's this live session right now. We are going to talk about the Ox animal sign for 2021. So we will not be addressing the other animal signs. If you're interested in learning more about the other animal signs, you can go to my page, joeyyap.com/FSA 2021, and you can see the other videos, and I will also conduct another live session for the other animal signs. Today we're going to talk about the Ox. So this session will be good for those of you who are born in the years of the Ox, 2009, for example, 97, 1985, 1973, and so forth. And you can be born in the month of the Ox, which means January, anytime between January 6 or 7 until February the 3rd. Then you're born in the month of the Ox. And if you're born in the hour of the Ox, this session will also be good for you because we're talking about the Ox, all right? The hour of the Ox is 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. So if any of this fits you, then let's have a discussion here, okay? So if you guys have any other animal signs, we are going to talk about that in a different session, okay? So firstly, many people have asked, is just the year of birth enough to see what's in store for 1 year? This question it can be answered this way. The year of birth influences you only in part, okay? So generally in the form of your environment, your network, your friends, and all that, okay? But it does not really directly impact your work, and it may not impact your relationships. It may not have a direct impact even on your investments. So the year is quite generic. But if the Ox appears in the month, the day, or the hour, then it has a more of a direct impact on your work, your relationships, and or your ambition and your desire and your investments. So I know a lot of people tend to focus a lot about the year because that's what most people would know when it comes to the animal signs. But as you go deeper into astrology, you probably will start to discover that, your month of birth, your day of birth, and your hour of birth plays a more important role, okay? And the second thing I want to clarify, because a lot of you guys have asked this question, is it like when we look at astrology and we have all these stars and all that, is it that you're fated for that, or do you actually have that sort of astrological impact and that's going to be the outcome for the year? If it's a good star, does it mean it's going to be a good year? The answer is it depends, guys. There's no animal sign that's going to be absolutely 100% good or 100% bad because it has to be coupled together with your activities. So guys, listen to me. You have to have a plan on what are your desired activities for the year. So if the activities fit the qualities of the stars for your animal sign, then you will get a good year. In fact, you get a great year. Suppose your activities do not match the stars for the year, right? So the Ox has these qualities of stars and you don't have the activities to match it during this year, then it will be pretty much a fucked up year for you, even though you had the good stars, okay? So I want to make this really clear for you, okay? So it must be matched with activities. Everyone, take note, okay? If you're listening to me right now, you hear me, type a 1 in the comment section so I know that you guys are listening, all right? You got to match it with activities. Match it with the correct activities. You got to plan for the year. Just because you have good stars do not guarantee you have a good year. I said this many times, and people tend to not, they just don't get it, right? They just think, oh, you say there's a good year, but nothing happened to me. That's because you stay at home, do nothing, right? So you have to fucking get up your ass and do something. All right. So this is very important. So a lot of people have they think astrology is something that happens to them. It doesn't. Okay, astrology is just looking at what energies are there available for you to use. So if you're one of those that are just freaking lazy, then it doesn't matter what the forecast is for you. The outcome will still be bad. Okay, and also some people are they're just waiting for things to change. And if you're one of those waiting for things to change, why don't you be the change? That's the question, right? Why can't you be the change? Is it because you're powerless? Well, you have your thoughts with you. You have your control over your emotions. You have the choice of actions you can choose. You got a choice of friends you could meet. You can choose what you want to do and not want to do. So there's a lot of things that's still within your control, but yet there are people who seem to think that shit still happens to them. Okay. Yes, the environment right now around the world is not so great, but there's a lot of things that we can still do, right? Learning a new skill, for example, acquiring, new networks, for example. There's so many things you could do. The thing about astrology is it's supposed just to be a guide for you to decide on what activities you want to take for the year. So that's how you can excel in any particular year. So I want to address the ox in this video. So in case you're just joining me right now, we are talking about the ox and only about the ox for 2021. So I've already done a forecast video for the ox. You can watch that on YouTube. Please watch that prior to this if you have not already. The ox has got a couple of stars that I think are quite supportive of certain type of activities. For example, it is in 2021 is the year of the ox. Therefore, ox is supposed to be the Grand Duke. Okay, so Grand Duke. What is this stupid question here? Henry, you need to slap, is it? We're talking about ox and not Jack Ma, you idiot. Okay, so we are talking about the ox. So the ox is the Grand Duke, and it does means that in 2021 all eyes would be on you, which because you are the Grand Duke, right? So this is the thing. A lot of people would assume that Grand Duke is a bad year, because I think across most of the Chinese books you see out there, and probably a lot of older style masters will probably say, you've probably heard this about, oh, it's a Grand Duke year. It's going to be emotional. You're going to have a problematic, challenging year because you are generally offending the Grand Duke and all that. Now, this is not true at all. Okay, it is true only because back in the old days, people do shy away from responsibilities or taking on the leadership position. So, and I think older style Chinese, they probably were brought up in a country, a culture where, if you are supposed to be in the limelight, you're supposed to be staying humble. You want to stay under the radar, keep a low profile and shit like that. So, no, okay, we don't want to do that. If you are the Grand Duke of the year, the way to so-called maximize or take advantage of it is to step up. Okay, step up as in take on the responsibility, volunteer yourself, and of course this might mean for a lot of people that this will be, well, that will put me in a vulnerable position, right? I'm not ready for it. Well, if this is your year, and you are going to be the main the main star of the year, the Grand Duke, right? You're the boss of the year. You got to act like one, right? Stepping up and behaving like a leader. So, to behave like a leader means that you have to volunteer your services, be able to lead a group of people, have the leadership to bring your followers from one place to another. So, I've heard of people saying, hey, in a Grand Duke year, I've lost my job. I've faced a lot of challenges. I got emotional, got arguments with my spouse. Why is it like this? That is because you don't take on the responsibility of changing things. Being the Grand Duke of the year, remember this, you are responsible. The ball stops at your court, at your side of the court. So you have to take responsibility. So in the example, it will be like that, okay? If you are born the ox year, right? The year of the ox. So the year of the ox obviously would mean that amongst your friends, you got to be able to lead your friends, right? Be the host of the parties, for example. Be the host for the networks. Be the host of the networking session. Bring people together. Bring people to awareness of a common goal. For example, serve the community. That's what the Grand Duke must do. And that's how you gain the opportunities to be a leader, and also do, because you're a leader, you are in control. Okay? If you're the follower, you can't control, because you don't make up the rules. If you're the leader, you decide where the direction is going to go. So if the ox is on your month of birth, now this gives you an opportunity to lead in terms of your work. A lot of people say, yes, I want to be the leader. But when the chance comes, they say, no. It's not really suitable for me. This is not my thing. All this crap, okay? Okay, this person needs slap, yeah? Nary, I need slap. I told you this, we're talking about ox today. You asked about monkey. Okay, you wait for it, okay? You wait for monkey. It's going to be down the road. All right. So, okay. So, we are talking about the ox in the month of birth. So, when if in terms of work, right, volunteer your services, volunteer your efforts and your time, help people solve problems. That's what the Grand Duke is about. Okay, that's what the Grand Duke will be supposed to be doing. So of course you might face difficulties and issues, but because you are taking on the position as a leader, you at least get to decide where the change should be, which direction it should be. Okay, so that's important for those with the ox in the month. The problem is a lot of people probably don't want to do that. Okay, so should you start a business? Well, why not, right? This is the best time to do it. When else would you want to do it? When times are really good, when everybody is doing well, and you would have no chance to succeed. In challenging times, right? Right now, as I'm doing this live session with you, the stock market is crazy. It's rallying for no reason. The economy is actually not good, and which means there's going to be opportunities, because when it starts to correct itself, that's where leaders are needed, and that's where you get an opportunity to see, okay, that's the problem in the market. There's an issue with that industry, that the business over there. I'm going to provide the services. So that's the best thing for you, best time for you to do it. So the only thing is, you got to understand that the coming forward to period 9, the pivot should be towards technology and online. Okay. So this is a good question. I'm already retired, right? See, the problem is people keep thinking that they retire from work. You do retire from work, but you don't retire from life. Okay. In life, there's a lot of other types of work besides working formally in an organization or business. For example, right, you might want to develop a community. You might want to work on improving creating a following for somebody, helping a group of people become better, teaching someone. There's a lot of work we can do for humanity, and that's what you could be doing. Work is basically 70% of your life. If you have the ox in your month pillar, Cynthia, and you do nothing, that means you don't work. You sit there you see like this the whole time, you're going to have a terrible year, okay? Because the Grand Duke is restless. It wants to do things. You're going to be emotional. Your mind will kill you, okay? So go and do something, all right? Do something, eventful work. If you don't want to work, don't want to get paid, it's fine. Work to change the community, okay? So if it is on the, this is another question here, all right? What types of work should, it's not the type of work. Okay, people always think that I got to select a type of work that is suitable for an animal side. No, you have to select a type of work that you think is meaningful to you. Yolanda, okay? Select a type of work that you feel is meaningful for you. Otherwise, your work will be tedious and painful. What is meaningful for you? So here's how you decide that. It's very important. What type of what would you rather spend more time? Okay, value. What do you, anything you spend more time in, you will value in your life. Okay, so you want to put your effort into that, something that creates real meaning for you, that makes a difference for you. And if you do it well, then of course, then you will make the money, or you make the difference that you want to make. Okay, so that's what you need to be doing. All right, so there's something. Okay, this is a question I need to answer. So Joanne, there is no such thing as lucky colors. Slap, 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 slap. Okay, you and your lucky color shit. There is no such thing as lucky colors. Remember that. No such thing. Write this down on your mirror every day so you can read it. No such thing as lucky colors. This is a bullshit that has been sold to a lot of people in this world because they're lucky colors and stuff. There is no such thing as lucky colors. You can wear anything you want. Personally, I just wear black or blue because it's easy to match with other colors. There's no such thing as lucky colors. Okay? There's such thing as what colors you like. Some days I might want to dress in red. Some days I might dress in pink. It doesn't matter. Go with the mood. It doesn't change your luck. What changes your luck is how you take advantage of the energies of the year, what action steps that you take, what do you plan, and what do you execute during the year. Okay? All right. So now you know. So if the ox is in the day, I was told by a Taoist priest not to wear red but blue. Your Taoist priest is an idiot. Okay, don't listen to this crap. It's nonsense. So it's there's no such thing as wearing all this unless it's for Christmas deco. You wear in red, okay, but there's no other luck. It doesn't influence you. All right. So yes, no lucky numbers either. All right, Cynthia, no lucky numbers either. Okay, so forget about that. No lucky numbers. No such thing. The numbers are only representation of types of energies, a code for the energy so that we could read it. All right. Okay. So now, if the ox is part of your chart, right? I would think that this would be a pretty interesting year for those who are willing to step up. And now I realize that a lot of people don't see this. There are a few roles a person can play when they write the story for the year. Okay, so when you look at your life, are you playing the victim or are you playing the hero in that year? If you are playing the victim, then being the Grand Duke of the year, you're gonna have a lot of pain. Okay, ox, listen to me. If you have ox anywhere in your Bata chart, year, month, day, or hour, if you're the victim, now how do you play the victim? A lot of people don't realize that they're the victim. For example, someone may say, hey, you know, there's this opportunity here, you know, but no one is taking the effort to lead a team to do it. And you say, nah, it's not me. It's not my job. It's not my job, right? Things happen and it's all other people's fault. You know, shit like this happens. It's not even my fault. So when things like this happen and you think that, you know, you don't take responsibility for the outcome, then you're just being the victim. Then the Grand Duke will make you very emotional this year, very painful, in fact. Okay. So Marcus also says what to step up in terms of our pillar. Okay, our pillar represents subordinates. It represents your juniors. It represents your students, people that you support, that you teach, that you bring under your wing. So this might be a good year for you to become mentors and noblemen to other people. That could be one of the ways to utilize this. Okay, this is something that you want to think and do in 2021. Okay. So you see this question, should I be more active in trading this year or more aggressive? You see, it's not about active or conservative. It's all about making the right strategy. At some point when you study the trading, the charts, then you need to be aggressive, then you go ahead. At some point, you need to be more conservative, then you should be conservative. That's the intelligent thing to do. You let the information be given to you so you can make the right decision. It's not because, oh, shit, I have ox in the chart, I'm going to be aggressive all the way and then just be stupid, you know, like a bull and charge everywhere. No, that's just being stupid, right? So don't do that, right? You want to be able to make intelligent decisions based on information that you have. So trading depends a lot on the information that is up to date, and you got to decide on what that is. Okay. All right. This one, I'm a friendly ox, but they don't trust me. Why? Maybe you're not trustworthy. That's it. Okay. Because a lot of people say they are trustworthy, but you know, you need to prove it. through your actions. Are you capable? Are you skillful? Do you have results to back you up? Have you have a history of successful results? If you are, people will just trust you without even you needing to say anything. But if you don't have that, you say, I trust me because I'm a nice person, I'm friendly. Who gives a shit whether you're friendly or not, right? You need to be able to have the results for people to follow. That's the thing that people need to see. They need to see results, okay? Right, intelligence needs practice. That's absolutely true, right? You got to practice. That is day is Ox is doing surgery in March. Anything to be concerned with? Yes, March is still a time where it a little bit sort of clashes with the Ox, so you should have a second opinion just in case. Okay, all right. Say more. I don't know what more you want me to say, Jenny. Why don't you ask a specific question? I can say a lot of things. What do you want me to say? Okay. So here, I would Ox year, Ox month. Okay, nice. Studying new degree last year enrolled, knowing that grandeur arrive on Ox and work hard or whatever study related. Well, here's the thing, okay? I think studying a degree is good, but studying life skills is better, okay? So if you have an opportunity in your wherever you're studying right now, volunteer for extracurriculum activities. So that it gives you a chance to learn leadership, to lead a team, to lead a group. It's going to be tough because you have not tried it before, but learning it now and acquiring the skills now, probably you build a lot of goodwill for yourself, and you build, learn how to lead and solve problems. That's the thing. So being leaders is one of the things is to be able to solve problems. Okay. So a lot of people wish that they will have less problems. No, you cannot wish they have less problems. There's going to be more problems anyway in 2021. The thing is, you want to be able to wish is you have become better at solving problems. That's what you should go for. So to become better at solving problems, clearly you need to practice solving problems. So that will be the opportunity for you to do so this year. Okay. The luck ox pillar obviously will give you opportunities to take the lead. That's the thing in the various aspects of your life this year, because it's in the luck pillar. So because Ox is the Grand Duke, and normally Grand Duke represents change, so a lot of times people fear the change, right? They say, oh, new things happen, I'm going to get emotional, I'm going to get very unhappy. I know a lot of Chinese books do say that, but it is not, okay? What you need to do is you need to be able to take on the responsibility that's given to you and take responsibility for the results that you're getting in your life. The thing is, being the Ox this year, you are the leader in most cases. So you got to be the problem solver instead of being the problem, okay? So let's see here. I have Ox in my month pillar because I'm no longer young. Can I just buy another business, do that business or franchise? Yes, of course, you can. Just learn how to do that. And I believe you would be able, it's challenging, but it's possible. A lot of times now, especially 2021, I'm going to discuss this in this coming weekend, not this weekend, the next weekend when we're doing the Feng Shui Astrology, about the opportunities that are there in the year of the metal Ox, and buying a business would be one of the things to have the funds to do that. So this might be a good idea, Michael, to get there. So in case I forgot saying this, make sure you get onto joeyyap.com/FSA 2021, guys. It's joeyyap.com/FSA 2021, because you want to be registering for my big event, the Feng Shui Astrology event, that will be on January 15, 16, and 17 of January. Okay, that's where we'll be talking about the opportunities, the challenges, and what you need to do to get prepared and take advantage of for the year. Okay, how many of you have already registered for Feng Shui Astrology 2021? Type a me here so I can see you guys. How many of you are? How many of you registered for Feng Shui Astrology 2021? Type of me. All right, cool, nice. You guys will love it. It's going to be one of my best events for this year. So I'm going to type this on the screen right now in case you guys have not yet registered for it. This is going to be the most important event. Okay, you got to attend this in order to get the best and latest updates. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Let's see here. What are the questions here? Here, okay. Female Yi Chou in Day Pillar, is the Grand Duke bringing some effect to the spousal relation? Yes, Alexander, of course. That's the leadership position in a relationship. So if you are in the leadership position of the relationship, then what must you do? Very, very simple. What makes the relationship good? Think about it. Is it because you look at me, I look at you every day, oh, lovey-dovey, lovey-dovey? No, these people need slap, yeah? You got to have, mutual interests, for example, or you share an adventure together. You share mutual activities, right? So you will do things together, for example, or you learn things together, or you have new subjects to talk about. Imagine every day you see your spouse look at you, talk about exact same shit that you've been talking about 10 years ago. Surely that person will want to look for another person, right? You want to have new things to talk about, right? Or, the family has to develop. Now, young family, of course, is good. You can actually produce a kid or, that's the development. But at some point, you got to stop producing kids, right? So what are you going to do? You got to produce new activities, new things to talk about, something that is interesting. You are taking the leadership role in doing something different. So a lot of people say same, oh, why you don't love me anymore? That's because you're doing the same shit like for the 15th year, right? I get bored. Pop, pop, slap, slap. Okay? Do something interesting. Lead. That's the ox in your spouse palace. So take the lead, make it interesting. Okay? Make it nice to be with you. Make it fun to be with you. Make it so loving to be with you. That's how you should use the ox when it's in the relationship palace. Okay? All right. So I'm Sincho Day Master. Okay, I'm worried about my health this year. If you're worried about health, you should go and see a doctor. That's what you should be doing. Predicting the health is not going to be solving the thing. So go and see a doctor and get treatment, get protection, get prevention. That's what you need to do. Okay. What kind of leadership? All kinds of leadership, Buddhiman, all kinds of leadership. So if you're on the year, you got to lead your friends, the community. If it's the month, you lead in your work, your job as the boss or as the manager. If it's on the day, you lead in terms of relationship, lead your love life, lead your relationship life. If it's in the hour, you lead a bunch of apprentices, for example. So many ways to do that. Okay. Okay, let's see here. What else? Come on, get your questions here. Jackson, ox in a year and day pillars. I just changed job 6 months ago. Recently, someone approached me for a role again. I cleared the interview. Should I take the job? I don't know, Jackson. Do you like the job? So a lot of people they ask this sort of question because they fear that this job is so-called not suitable. They don't think that, when I go for a job, I also have to bring success to the job. That's what you need to be doing. So ask yourself this question, Jackson. The opportunity has come because obviously you have ox. That's what leaders do. They give it to the leaders. And now you want to say yes or no. The question is, do you have the courage? And do you feel that this is something that you can contribute to? If the answer is yes, then by all means go for it, right? What's the problem? Most people are afraid of the fear of failing. That's the thing. You fail if you don't even try. Okay, so this is something I think you could think about. Is it something that you want to contribute to? That's what you need to do. Okay. Okay, let's see here. See, Yang, I need to slap you again. Yeah, Angela Yang, slap, slap, slap. This talk is about what? It's about ox. Why you ask tiger? Slap, slap. Okay. All right. Oh, Natalie, another slap, slap. Okay, we're talking about ox, not rat. We spoke about rat already. Okay, let's answer the oxes. This is the talk for the ox in 2021. All right, here. I got ox in the hour pillar. Is it a good year to buy investment property? Okay, if you have ox in the hour pillar, that means you will see a lot of good investments, but it's got to be fitting to your investment appetite, Mr. Low or Mrs. Low, because a lot of people invest with money that they don't have, right, or with money that they cannot afford to lose, and that's not a good way to invest. If you are going to invest, the opportunities will be there because ox is in the hour. But just because the opportunities is there, are you prepared for it? That's the question you need to ask yourself. So the luck is only when preparation actually meets the opportunity. So now you have an opportunity because ox is there, but are you prepared? If you are, then go for it. If you're not, then don't do it, because if you're going to invest and you're going to stress you out, then you cannot sleep at night. Then it's not a good investment. Okay. What happens when ox clash with goat in a month? It means that there will be forced change. That's what it means. Normally a forced change is a change that you probably have seen coming, because a clash is something you see coming, but you refuse to change. So because of the reluctance to accept change, that causes pain. So all change is painful when you don't embrace the change, and you don't want to go with the flow with the change and or direct the change. Okay, all right, here's another person needs slap. Okay, at least slap, because we don't talk about rooster. Yeah, we talk about ox here. Okay, is elegant seal beneficial for influencer gig? Yes, it is. And elegant seal is a good for artists, good for performers, good for creative fields. And most of the people in the influencers or as a side gig, they are creators of content. Okay, so because of that, this star is particularly useful. So if you are onto TikTok, you're onto YouTube as a content creator, this will be a great star for you. Okay, this one another slap. Yeah, slap. Today we talk about ox, not dog. Okay. Your child is Earth Ox and I'm Earth Ship, where we are clashed. No, we are not. It's just the animal sign that is clashed. Why you look at clash as if like he's going to storm at you and punch you in the head? The clash is only a figure of speech. Okay, it's not actual physical or detrimental in terms of your destiny. It does mean that the opinions might be different, the ideas might be different, but what's the problem with having different ideas and different opinions? It's absolutely fine. Okay, so where I think it's great to have different opposing animal signs, because sometimes you need to have, some colors in your relationships. Otherwise, everybody's the same as you. Then you're going to think like you and behave like you, and it's going to be a big problem. Okay, so no issues at all. Okay, you need more knowledge on the Chinese lunar calendar. Yeah, what's stopping you then? Go and learn. Okay. What about ox in the month and day? Okay, month and day. I'm Jack Wood, considering post-C graduate. Is it a pussy graduate or post-C graduate? I don't know what I'm talking about. Postgraduate. Okay, so you have a career, it's a leadership position. So yes, you can take on, because the career for someone in education will be obviously taking on new roles and a new degree, possibly. It means you're proactive in choosing that academic job path. And also you've got one of those academic stars, elegant seal. So studying a new subject is great. But the question would be, do you really need to study so much conventional knowledge? Because moving on to 2020, last year, moving on all the way to 2024 onwards, a lot more skills are required for leadership, business, online marketing, online launches, edutech, fintech, this sort of field, right? A lot on interpersonal skills. So if these sort of things are missing, I find that there are a lot of people who are highly educated. They are MBAs. they are high level education, and they suffer like hell. They can't, they get, a very below average pay, and they're very frustrated. So I know, especially if you're from Singapore, particularly, probably it's like all this education is very important. I'm not saying they're not important, but I think other forms of life education is equally important, if not maybe even more important. So since you have the Ox this year, Wayne, might be a good chance for you to learn how to lead. All right, take on some student leadership roles, lead the team, right? Lead a school team, right? Lead a education team, or do make a difference, right? Do a project outside your schoolwork. Take this opportunity to learn that, and it will serve you a lifetime. Okay. So when you say changes in the months of Ox, could it be improvements? Change your subject, edit in mind. Improvements, that's what we are trying to make, Claudia. Because if you are conscious about it, then it will be good improvements. If you're unconscious about it, then it's probably going to be a bad change. You see, a lot of times people think about thoughts as being positive and negative thoughts, but really a thought is just a thought. It's neither negative or positive, unless if you're unconscious about it and it's making you feel unhappy, then it's a negative perspective, and all it matters whether you're conscious or unconscious. So when a change is coming, when we say the Ox month represents a change because it's the Grand Duke, if you're conscious about the change, then it's going to be a good improvement. If you're unconscious about the change, of course, it's going to be a bad thing, right? It's not going to be improvement. It's probably going to be a setback, or you feel like it's going to be a setback. So you got to understand, metaphysics, astrology has a lot to do with helping us gain consciousness or awareness over, our choices, what goes on in the external circumstances, and what goes on internally inside our mind. The internal world is very important, because most people think, is it a good year? And when they ask a question like that, they are referring to whether the outside environment is going to be good to them or not. They have never asked themselves, a good year basically means I gain awareness internally over the faculties of my mind, my emotions, my well-being, my spiritual energy, to actually direct the change in our lives. So they don't see that. They see that a good year must be something outside happened to me, then it's good. If nothing happened to me, then it's bad. No, it's something that if internally you realize a change and make a change, that it can also be a good year, because now you learn to control a very powerful faculty of your life, which is called the mind. Okay? Right. Is it a good year to take a board exam? I don't know whether it's a good year to take a board exam. Did you study for it? You ask a dumb question, right? If you don't study for it, don't take lah. What's the big deal? Okay. What does it mean to have an Ox in a day and a year? I've explained this already. Please watch this video again. Kendrick is asking, I've Ox in the year pillar and 4 fires. How should I progress? What do you want to progress in, Kendrick? Progress in what? You gotta ask a proper question, right? Right? There's a lot of progress, Make love also progress, right? What do you want to progress? What do you want to progress? Okay. All right. So cool, right? So I okay, I'll answer this one. Ox in the day, my spouse and I want to migrate, but looks like we are dependent on his application. We're doing all we can, but are there any ways to see will this happen? So let me ask you this: what if it doesn't happen? Okay, what are you going to do about it? So a lot of times we spend too much time trying to control something that we are not in control, rather than spend time in areas that we can control. For example, you can still build an online business. You can be having all these positive elements in your chart. You can still be an online career. You can still develop an online stream of income. You can still learn a new skill set that could pay you more. All this while waiting for your application. So if your application comes through, it's great. If it doesn't, apply again, wait for a little time, right? Maybe become better. The application becomes easier. So there's a lot of things you can still control. But the problem is people just want to see whether it will happen or what. If I say no, then what do we do? What will you do? You see? All right. So why worry? Okay. Right. So thank you so much for listening today. And I will be on again to probably talk about the tiger in my next live session. I haven't decided the time yet. And if you have not already, go to joeyyap.com/FSA 2021 right now to register for Feng Shui Astrology event that we're conducting on January 15, 16, 17. It will be a event you don't want to miss. If you've been following some of my events before, some of my talks before, you want to get the update, this is the best time to get the update, because I will be talking about the updates, what to do, what not to do, how to prepare for the challenging year of 2021. Okay, so don't miss that. I'll see you then. Thank you so much.